When did you first notice symptoms of depression in your life? Story 33, Leonard, the Invisible Battle. Leonard was the kind of man who made you feel safe. At 45, he was a firefighter in a busy township near Durban. Tough, dependable, always ready to jump into danger for others. To his colleagues and community, he was a hero, calm under pressure, steady, unshakable. But what Leonard battled most fiercely was invisible. Inside, he was fighting a war no one saw, depression. For years, Leonard pushed down the heaviness in his chest, the exhaustion that no amount of sleep could fix, the fog that dulled his mind and spirit. He told himself it was just fatigue, just stress from the job, just a rough patch. He kept going. He took every emergency call, every shift, every rescue, and pushed harder. But the weight kept growing. He stopped answering calls from friends. Stopped going to church. Stopped smiling. One evening, after a long day of fighting a massive fire, Leonard sat alone on his porch watching the smoke fade. He felt numb, like he was somewhere else, distant from his body and the world. That night, his wife found him sitting silently in the dark. He looked at her and broke down, words rushing out for the first time. "I'm tired. I don't want to keep fighting, but I don't know how to stop." They decided to seek help together. Leonard started therapy with a counselor who specialized in trauma and depression among first responders. He joined a support group for firefighters struggling with mental health, a brotherhood of men who understood the unspoken burdens. He learned techniques to manage his anxiety and depressive episodes, breathing exercises, grounding techniques, and ways to ask for help when the darkness crept in. Most importantly, he began to share his feelings with his family, breaking the silence that had kept him isolated. It wasn't a quick fix. Some days were still very hard. But Leonard discovered strength in vulnerability. He realized that fighting for others was noble. But fighting for himself was just as important. Coping strategies Leonard used. Specialized therapy for trauma and depression. Peer support group for first responders. Mindfulness and grounding exercises. Open communication with family. Setting healthy work-life boundaries. What listeners can take away. Heroes need help too. You don't have to be unbreakable to be strong. Asking for support isn't a weakness, it's a brave act of survival. If you're carrying invisible battles, you're not alone. There is hope, and there is healing.